Hello and welcome to the True Crime Never Sleeps podcast, where I share true crime stories for your entertainment, but you might lose some sleep after listening to some of these stories. Today we'd like to thank our sponsors, Hunt a Killer. Visit huntakiller.com, use code TCNS for 20% off your first order. And Poddex, save 10% off your order using promo code TCNS at poddex.com. And now let's get on with the main topic. Today will be another episode where we will talk about crime per se, and instead talking about victims of crimes and witnesses. Crimes happen on a daily basis, and this is a sad reality of the world we live in. Imagine you witness a violent crime. You know that the right thing to do is to go to the authorities and tell the truth. But you also know that if the criminal ever finds out about you, you will be in danger. Well, not only you, but also the people around you and your loved ones. Us as humans want to do the right thing, but we're also very concerned about our well-being and staying alive. With that being said, the U.S. created a program in 1970 with the purpose of protecting witnesses before, during, and after a trial. The United States Federal Witness Protection Program, also known as WITSEC, is a witness protection program administered by the U.S. Department of Justice and operated by the U.S. Marshals Service. It's designed, as I mentioned above, to protect threatened witnesses before, during, and after a trial. Before we keep going, it is very important to understand that witnesses who go through this program are very likely to never have this before. This is just a heads up because if some situations criminals have connections in so many places, then it makes it hard for the U.S. Marshals to protect the victims. However, we must give credit to this program. According to usmarshals.gov, no witness security program participant following guidelines has been harmed or killed while under the active protection of the U.S. Marshals Service. Because as soon as you join it, your life will never be the same. It is very likely that the witnesses and the close family will get authentic new documents, new housing, new jobs, and very likely they will move to a completely different place to be safe and as far away as possible from the threat. Since the beginning, the Witness Security Program has protected around 19,000 participants. It is the U.S. Marshals' duty to provide security, health, and safety to those who have testified terrorists, organized crime members, and other major criminals. Also, any serious federal felony that could result in retaliation against a witness, any serious state felony, and any civil or administrative proceeding that could jeopardize a witness's safety. Now pay close attention to this next sentence. Witnesses and their relocated family members have to agree to cut off all contact with their extended family to protect their new identities. Everything and everyone you've met just staying behind, and you can barely talk to them. All of that because you are a witness to a crime, another person's bad actions influencing your life in ways no one can ever imagine. This is a sad reality, and the reality of tens of thousands of people. With this topic covered, I want to go over a few facts that are useful to know. Every witness goes through a detailed orientation process to make sure they will be safe. It's like they're getting trained on how to live their new fake lives. Sometimes witnesses are able to keep their first names, depending on how common their names are. The witnesses' kids will need to change all their school records, which means that their grades can be changed for the better in most cases. Divorced families will very likely be separated for life. There is no such thing as shared custody of children. The families get around $60,000 to get their lives started. Then around 6 months are passed to every new person they meet in order to keep their new identity and be safe. Prisoners can also be in WITSEC, and they get perks when they're inside. Most of it is to keep them away from danger and make sure they stay alive. You can give up the protection at any time, but know that you're in big danger if you choose to do so. Unfortunately, WITSEC is needed in our society And it is good to know that the government will take care of brave people willing to risk their lives to bring justice to the world. And that's a wrap for today's topic. As we all should agree, crimes are never good and bring sadness to countless people. It is important, though, for us to try to understand the reasoning behind such crimes and create awareness to avoid it from happening again. This is True Crime Never Sleeps, and I'm here to bring you the best stories full of details and knowledge of solved and unsolved crimes. For more information on the podcast, it's on Twitter at True Crime NS, or subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, poddex.com. You can use promo code TCNS to save 10% off your order. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.